met my best friend from exchange from Czech in the Paris airport because she knew he was Canadian. So she said, "Do you know Serena?" Assuming that all Canadians know each other.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Yeah, okay. So, 大家好，我是来. Oh, can I share my screen? There.
Yes, you're a co-host.
All right. Can you guys see? Everyone can see? Okay. So, 大家好，我是来自加拿大的耶利娜苗栗中央市的女儿. So, introduce myself in Chinese. That's how I do it in Taiwan. So, I'm sponsored by the Rotary Club of Mississauga West, and in Taiwan, I was sponsored by the Rotary Club of Miaoli Central. So, while I was in Taiwan, I lived in Miaoli, and so everything that I learned about Taiwan was from the experience of living there. Taiwanese people actually call Miaoli country because they think the opinions of people who live there are so much different than the rest of Taiwan. What I really appreciated about Taiwan is every county is very different and they have a unique culture and unique food, which is really nice. So I spent my year there going to school where I learned hairstyling, mechanics, cooking, and Mandarin Chinese. And I climbed a lot of mountains. I played badminton with my host siblings and ate hot pot and other Taiwanese delicacies with my friends. I met and befriended more people than I know in Canada and learned more about myself, Taiwan, and just people in general. So there's two things that I learned that I wanted to share, one about the world and one about me. The most important thing that I learned about the world is that everything you experience is experienced through the lens of your worldview. So everything is shaped through your worldview. I find that since I've come back from Taiwan, I've had a hard time explaining Taiwanese culture to Canadians because without having lived in it and learned the cultural nuances, it's really it's understandably difficult to see not understand why others might do things differently. So when I arrived in Taiwan, there was many things that Taiwanese people did that I thought were rude or just not okay, because in Canada they would be rude. So in Canada it's rude to comment on someone's weight, but in Taiwan it shows that you care about them and their health, just things that I didn't know. And learning to keep an open mind about everything in any situation and assume good intent on the other person really helped me connect with and opened a whole new world of opportunity for me. Because if you go into every situation thinking the other person has the same goal as you, just to learn and communicate, then regardless of any cultural differences, you can all learn and understand. And then the second thing I learned is the most important thing I learned for myself is that you can't always get what you want, which is related to my biggest struggle in Taiwan, which came with independence. So in Taiwan, they are much more protective of their children, and especially girls. So many freedoms that I took for granted, such as being able to leave my house alone, which I thought was crazy, but that they suddenly disappeared. And I struggled with this for most of my year. At first, my plan was to be a model student, and then hopefully they would be less strict. But when I realized that wouldn't work, I just started talking to all of the Rotarians, and I said, "This is something that's bothering me. Please help me." And eventually they said, "We want to help you if it's bothering you, but this is just our culture." And I remember in the training meeting in May, 708 said, "You cannot change culture, so don't even try." And I knew that was true. So that was really hard for me because I didn't realize that none of the outcomes I considered were ones that weren't my solution. So it was a very good lesson to learn that sometimes you don't get what you want, and that's okay. So even though that was my biggest struggle, it taught me a lot. Okay, so now I want to talk about the Rotary Club of Miaoli Central because they were really special. The first time I met them was at a craft making event where we made really cute bags, but I didn't realize that they were my Rotary Club because I didn't speak Chinese. So I was really surprised to see them after the bag making event. I went to my club's meeting pretty much every week. I gave presentations for the club in Mandarin every month about my time in Taiwan and Canadian culture, which here, see some of those. In February, all Rotary meetings were canceled due to COVID, so the club president helped me live stream my presentations from his tea store, seen down there. And these presentations, I really think, set me up for success because at the end of the year, when all 25 inbound students competed in a Mandarin speech competition, I came in second, which is really nice. And in Taiwan, that has a lot of prestige. So for the rest of the time there, people on the street, because it was a small town, so people on the street who I didn't know would be like, "Good job on the speech competition." I was like, "Thanks." Yeah. In Taiwan, Rotarians like to host a lot of fancy events where they drink expensive wine, sing karaoke, and eat delicious food. And so I had a lot of fun going to a lot of fancy events. My favorite thing to do with my host club was dance. They really love to dance. Most of the women and a few of the men would wake up every morning and go at 6 a.m. to dance, seen at the left, with a bunch of other ladies. And then I went once to help them teach a dance, which was really cool. We learned a dance where we practiced almost every day for a month to do a performance in front of at least 1,000 people. And at every fancy Rotary event, they would get up on stage and just dance. And it was really nice. I really, really appreciated dancing with them. And even when all the Rotary events started to be canceled, my Rotarians in my club still made time to see me, teaching me how to catch fish the traditional way, the Taiwanese tea ceremony, and just talking to me about their kids or work or anything. And one Rotarian actually knew the president of Taiwan, and he would show me pictures of them together. And then he'd show me pictures of his vacation to North Korea, which is super cool to learn about. And then, yeah, so without the incredible support of the Rotarians in Miaoli Central Rotary Club, I would never have been able to have such an incredible year. They really cared about my well-being and making sure I was doing okay, and I could really tell they loved me. And so I'm so thankful for them and all the love that they showed me and for making Taiwan the most amazing year of my life. I miss them so much. And they made me a 20-minute long video of them saying goodbye. It was really nice. And now that I'm back, I truly appreciate how much I love seeing them and spending time with them. And then, of course, there are so many Rotarians in Canada that made this experience possible too. So many thanks to District 7080's RYE committees and all of your tireless work to support exchange students in this program. And thank you for giving me the chance to go to Taiwan, to meet so many incredible people, and to learn more about the people around the world and myself, and to come back and realize how much more there is to learn and how many more adventures are now possible because of my experience as an exchange student. So thank you to everyone in District 7080 and District 3501, where I was in Taiwan. And then, Phyllis, how am I on time?
You're under a minute, but you were thanking, so I didn't disturb you. So
okay.
Yeah, you're almost done. Yeah.
Okay, and then can't figure out how to share this, but no, I can't find it. Well, I made YouTube videos of every month in Taiwan, so maybe after I'll send an email that can show you guys if you want to see those. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I think if there's any questions. Oh no.
What about your COVID experience, real quick?
In Taiwan, since COVID, the government handled it really well. My experience is mostly just wearing masks everywhere since March. And in January, we took 2 extra weeks after Chinese New Year off school. But after that, it is pretty much normal. They canceled a few of the bigger events for Rotary, but I was able to continue life as normal without a lot of restrictions, which is really thankful to the Taiwanese government too.
Great. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Serena. As just like Stephanie and a lot of the others, all of the others actually, she kept us really well informed over the year. And I know we were concerned with Taiwan at the beginning, but I mean, I think Taiwan was a model and how they handled the whole thing. So really well done. And I know you picked up the language as you went. I know it was tough at the beginning, but it sounds like you did really, really well. So congratulations. Okay. Excellent. Well, that's all of the students. So before I